Right. Welcome back to another episode of my movie review series, episode 226. Now, last week I said that I was I said that it'll be my brother's birthday, and I brought him on here so we could talk about this movie, The Lion King, 2019 Lion King. Yeah, this movie this movie is a rather polarizing movie, I mean, I'm sure there are people out there that do like the movie, but there's a lot of people out there that like to give the indication that they didn't like the movie. Why? Because they immediately compared it to the 94 animated version. And yeah, rightfully so. I mean, a lot of this movie you'll see is like a mirror version of the 94 film. I mean, I ain't see a lot of difference in it. I saw a lot of similarities, but yeah, at the same time though, there were a lot of differences in it though. A lot of differences in it. I mean, let's say, for an example, you got a lot of different actors playing these type of characters, even though James Earl Jones, the legendary James Earl Jones, you know, Darth Vader himself, comes back and to do Mufasa. I mean, again, rightfully so, because who else can do Mufasa? I mean, do you know anybody that can do Mufasa?
James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones can do Mufasa. I mean, yeah, and
no one else has the voice.
no one else has the voice to do Mufasa, or Darth Vader for that matter. I mean, funny thing is, you listen to James in this movie, and you listen to him in the previous film. I can see the voice have changed a bit because the man has gotten older. That's life. The circle of life. Nature is right there. Yeah, but yeah, would it sound better though? If you saw Rogue One, would it sound better if they had a younger brother to do Darth Vader? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Because no one can do Darth Vader like James Earl Jones. Just like no one can do Mufasa like James Earl Jones. I mean, that's the man right there. That's the man. He's the man right there. Clearly, he's the man. And yeah, not only he came back to play the same character he did back in '94, but he got Alfred Woodard, Black Mariah Stokes. If you're familiar with Luke Cage, you know that character. Yeah, she comes back and she plays Simba's mom. What's her name?
Sarabi.
She comes back and plays Sarabi. I couldn't get that name out if I tried, man. I don't think I could have pronounced that name if I tried.
You don't remember the moment when Scar was like, Sarabi? I mean, that's like clearly. Who else is he talking about? But that was in the 94 version. Continue.
Yeah, Alfred Woodard, James Earl Jones, but they come back and play Simba's parents. But who comes to play Simba in this movie? Well, I'll tell you something. It wasn't a couple of white cats, I'll tell you that. I mean, yeah, Jonathan Taylor Thomas in '94. You got him to play young Simba, Cub Simba. You got him to play that character. And when Simba got older, it was Matthew Broderick, Ferris Bueller himself. You got him to play Simba. Now, how are you gonna tell me that these white cats is the son of these two black cats? They're these black cats. How you gonna tell me? How you gonna tell me that? How you gonna do it? That's what I like about this movie right here. They got whole slew of black actors to play African inspired characters in the whole African setting in the of Pride Rock, which is, you know, it's pretty much in Africa. And you know, if you really want to get cultural about this, you know, this whole thing is based off, you know, y'all know the movie about, y'all know the movie based off of the '94 cartoon film, right? That's how y'all know it. But me, I was familiar with, even though I did not see the stage version, I'm more familiar with it being the stage. You know, it was live on stage before they adapted to the screen and made it animated and made it more popular, and everybody fell in love with it until Disney said they're going to revamp their entire catalog and remake everything into live action.
Are you talking about Shakespeare?
Very much so. Shakespeare, yeah. Yeah, Shakespeare, you know, yeah. Yeah, the whole story of Lion King is based off of Hamlet. And then, you know, they made Lion King into the stage performance, you know, with everybody dressed in African apparel, but you know they got like animal stuff. I mean, it's really it was really mind blowing at that time. But you know, anyway, you know, they got a whole lot of black actors, you know, with the exception of Seth Rogen and Billy.
Just looking up.
What's his last name? With the exception of
Billy Eichner.
With the exception of Seth Rogen, Billy Eichner, John Oliver, and
Oh, John Oliver, yeah.
yeah,
He was Zazu.
Yeah, those cats.
John Oliver was Zazu. Billy Eichner was Timon. Who else did you say?
Seth Rogen, that was Pumbaa.
Seth was Pumbaa?
Yeah, with the exception of those cats, you know, you got.
I'm looking them up.
Yeah, you got Donald Glover as adult Simba. You got Chiwetel Ejiofor as Scar. You got Beyonce, Mrs. Carter herself, the queen of music nowadays. Beyonce knows Carter. Beyonce, her, you know, Destiny's Child.
Beyonce. One name.
Just one name, just like Madonna. She's known by one name. Everybody knows her. But yeah, you got her this. We have Nala, adult Nala. You know, you got a whole lot of other cats to play. Other black cats to play these characters. But yeah, that's where it really hits. Yeah, it really hits you as far as being different is concerned. You know. But yeah, you know, story is exactly the same. But you know, it's act differently though. But you know, what really hit people, like I said, this is a very polarizing movie. What really hit people is the fact that they use live action animals, even though it's all computer generated.
It was an animated movie.
It's an animated movie.
They say it's live action. It's an animated movie.
Clearly, it's an animated movie. Except for one moment, you know, John Favreau directed this. You know, he wanna throw in that there's one moment in the movie that is 100% live action, but the rest is computer generated. I mean, you know.
Can you guess what that moment was?
My guess moment was when when the little bit of fur was flying, we saw a tour of the little piece of fur that Simba shook off.
Simba's fur journey.
You saw that little piece of fur just fly off. Man,
From the oasis to the pride lands.
you know, he ended up inside giraffe poo. He was a piece of giraffe shit for a while, you know. But after that,
They floated through the desert. They made it through sand dunes and just whisked away until they finally made it to, was that a Hercules beetle? I don't know what kind of beetle it was. That was moving around the dome. It went through a whole journey.
Right. Right.
The shots of that journey must have been real life, not animated.
Yeah, the whole landscape. Yeah, the whole landscape had to been that had to been live. But that little piece of fur, that was the animated part, especially the animals that interacted with the fur. That was the animated part. But yeah,
Well, he'll never tell. He said he was never gonna tell.
you either draw the conclusion for yourself. He ain't gonna tell anything about it though. But yeah, I tell you though, man, this movie, you watch it, you get the nostalgic feeling, you know, it'll bring tears to your eyes. Damn sure did to me. I saw this movie twice.
He cried.
He brought tears to my eyes, especially at the end. He
cried.
I didn't sob, but yeah, it brought tears to my eyes. Bro. I had to wipe my face.
He felt it.
Yeah, yeah, it'll bring nostalgic feelings, but at the same time, once you immerse yourself into the story and you see how this this bastard of a person, Scar. Yeah, I say person, even though he's a lion. I'm listening to Chiwetel Ejiofor for his performance, and I can just see how it would have been done if he was on stage. The whole thing, it was a huge play. In my head, it was a huge play, and how everything was done. I could see how it was done on stage.
So you're looking at it from a theatrical point of view.
Right.
Whereas I was looking at it from an animated point of view. Because they say it's live action. It's animated. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's cool. But
absolutely, everything is just cool about it. The movie is beautiful. That's all I can say. It is a very beautiful movie. I mean, every single shot. Every single shot. I mean, yeah, they put, I don't know how many years they put into this. But, the work paid off. Every single shot, man, and it's outdoors. So, the landscaping. It's, you see the beauty of Africa in this movie. Just like with Black Panther. You saw the beauty of Africa in that movie. And man, even though it did not have black people in it, I do consider it a black movie. This Lion King right here, this is a black movie because it predominantly has a black cast. It's shot in Africa, even though it's computer generated. I feel like I was in Africa, and I'm connecting with all of the all of the cultural aspects of this other than the whole thing. I mean,
from a theatrical point of view.
From a theatrical point of view, man, I tell you, it was just yeah, like I said, it's just a beautiful movie, everything, shots, the landscape, the story, everything. You know, Even though I've seen the animated movie a whole bunch of times, you know, I watched this movie right here with a fresh set of eyes, man. And yeah, what can I say? What more can I say on it? But yeah, it's just beautifully done, masterfully done. You know, I mean, what can you put into it?
I put a lot into it. Let's talk about the movie.
Exactly, man.
From the opening sunrise, the coronation of Simba. Rafiki comes in. He touches the face. That's his hug. In the original movie, Rafiki comes in hugging on people. It's like, yep, I'm that guy. He has a smoking stick and everything else. In this movie, he just kind of caresses faces. He takes the. What was that stuff he used? He used to use fruit. Just break it apart. This stuff, he just kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, his magic powder. he used magic. He used some type of powder, but still, yeah, you know, powder from plants, I think.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, he coronates Simba, takes him to show everybody else the classic pose of Pride Rock, showing everybody this is your future king. Everyone's future king except Scar.
I tell you, man, that cat. Oh, based on that cat. I tell you, man.
The pun of cat, lion. Like, I
tell you, yeah. the way they portrayed him, Mufasa is light, Scar is darkness. They put Scar into shadow. And man, you can see a lot more of him when he was in shadow than you saw into the light. He was much more clearer in shadow. He was much more clearer in shadow. He and the hyenas. I mean, when the hyenas, what you saw from them mostly was their eyes and those teeth.
Yeah, I was gonna point that out later on.
Yeah, those eyes and those teeth, they glowed in the dark. Okay. I mean, you watch this movie in the dark. If you saw it in the theaters, you watch this movie in the dark, then you get the full effect of seeing those hyenas come out, and they got those eyes and then those teeth, and you see Mufasa, not Mufasa, you see him, you see Scar, and you see that he is much more better in shadow than he was when he was in sunlight. That's it, man. They really emphasize on how bad this guy, this character is gonna be, man. They really emphasize that. And yeah, that was impactful. The effect, the whole effect.
Well, let's talk more about the movie. What's up? How's this? What's his name? Mufasa. You said Scar so many times. Mufasa shows Simba his future land. All of this light is yours. Everything except for where the shadowy area is. Do not go in the shadowy area. Scar tells Simba it's the elephant graveyard. Simba gets like, oh, this is where I want to go then. Curiosity is going to kill this cat. Yep, I can make puns too.
Yeah, stay in the city. You stay out those alleys. Stay out those back alleys. Don't
Simba,
get in those back alleys. Stay
Simba
away from the hood.
That's cool. Simba grabs Nala, and they go off to the watering hole, because they had to lie and be like, we're going to the watering hole. When in truth, they're going to the shadowy elephant graveyard. In any case, they had to lose Zazu, their escort, one of the greatest songs in The Lion King. I just can't wait to be king. You know, he had to show the fact that he's gonna be a mighty king.
Yeah,
One day.
One song done by the same actor, the same kid that played young Simba. He sung that song, unlike the original movie, where they got two kids to play, two kids to sing that song.
So Jonathan Taylor Thomas was Simba, but we had Jason Weaver as the singing voice of Simba. You're gonna go on to that, blah blah blah. Let's stick to what's his name, DJ. DJ, what was his name? I'm cheating, looking it up. Simba was played by DJ McCrae. McCrae. He did a good job. Anyway, he did the song "I Can't Wait to Be King" with Nala. I don't know who the girl Nala was. The young girl Nala. What's her name? Okay, what is his name? Shahadi Wright Joseph was young Nala. Oh, she was in the Broadway production, of course. This is where you're getting. This is probably where you're going. She was one of the people on Broadway who did her original Nala.
Yeah, I tell you, man. Yeah. Yeah, the kids go, they go over where they weren't supposed to. They get in trouble. But yeah, Mufasa, he comes in, bails them out of trouble. But Simba, he holds them responsible for it. So he going to, not so much punish his boy, but he taught him a lesson.
Talk about the paw print. That's a very important moment.
Yeah, the paw print? yeah. Simba, Mufasa, he already moved forward. Simba, he's right behind. Yeah, and his print lands on his daddy's paw print. Symbolically, you're going to feel these shoes one day. And, now you're questioning, can you feel these shoes after what just happened? Because you messed up, kid. So,
the bloodline was in danger.
Yeah,
because apparently he's the only cub. Let's talk real for a moment. Don't lions and lioness, when they have cubs plural? How did Simba become the only one? Why is he the one in line and nothing else?
Yeah, literal kitties. You're supposed to have literal kitties, but you got this one little kitten.
Just one. I don't know how that works out. But anyway, the lesson.
Yeah, he just he taught the boy a lesson.
In fact, you know what? Every single thing that Mufasa said was a lesson. Everything light touches is your kingdom. I mean, this is basically a lesson to Simba saying, hey, this is what's going to be yours. The next thing comes out of his mouth, you deliberately disobeyed me. And what's worse, you put Nala in danger. I was just trying to be brave like you. I was brave because I had to be.
You want to be just like his daddy. You want to be just like his daddy, but he did it the wrong way. And now he paying for it. And he gonna pay for it even further in the future. But not because of him. It was because of that no good.
There we go.
That no good son of a bitch.
So wait,
uncle of his.
Was Scar your favorite character in the movie?
No, not so much my favorite character, but still,
You're really going in on Scar.
Yeah, like what I pointed out during the first time we saw we had a little bit of a commentary, even though we didn't record it because I don't have no equipment for that. But anyway, yeah, we had a little bit of a commentary. One of the things I really pointed out with Scar is that when he says something, you know, it really makes sense, but he going to switch it over. He's going to and you're going to see the true side of it. It reminds me of Denzel's character in Training Day. Everything that he said, it made sense, but when he deliberately murdered somebody, cold-blooded murdered somebody, that's when we saw his true self, and that's when you know it all went downhill from there. You know, with Denzel's character in Training Day, he saw his true self. It went downhill, even though the movie got really, really much better. The situations and everything like that went downhill.
What did Scar do?
But with Scar, same exact way. When he revealed his true self and killed his brother, his own brother. You know, with the I don't know that he saw that stampede. That was his whole plan right there. He recruit the hyenas, have him as his backup. But set off the stampede.
So we're jumping to the gorge scene now.
Yeah, you got to. Had Simba hop on his own. He put the boy out there just so Mufasa can go try and save his kid. And then, boy, hey, you don't know what happened. But the difference with this movie and the original, animated, was when Mufasa, Mufasa, he's trying to get up, and then Scar, he put the claws into the paws, singing, long live the king, and the original, he flung them off, and Mufasa went down, Simba started screaming, and that huge camera, that Spielberg-like camera shot,
They tried it again in this movie too.
Yeah, only thing is with Scar, though, he dug the claws into the paws, but he bitch smacked Mufasa. He gave him a smack in the face.
For some reason, he really liked that part.
He just pretty much punked him out. Punked out not only the king, he punked out his own brother. Just for what? What? Just for the throne? Why? Because you were supposed to have it, but no.
He was first in line until the hairball was born.
Yeah.
The only one, by the way.
Yeah, he get the only kid that comes in. Yeah, he get to take the throne. And now what? You going to what? You feel like chopped liver, I guess. He killed his own brother. Just for that. That's the payoff for him. Now he will point himself to the throne because he told Simba to run away and don't come back.
He ordered the hyenas to kill him.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And of course, the incompetent hyenas, whom we need to talk about, because in this movie there was a lot of this.
Really?
Yep.
I tell you, maybe those hyenas were brothers. Maybe. But I tell you though.
Let me talk about this real quick. The hyenas. In the original movie, we had Shanzi, Whoopi Goldberg. What was his name? I never remember that guy's name. Banzai, yes. What's his name? Chico guy. What's his name? He played in all those old movies in the
Cheech
80s.
Marin.
Cheech Marin, yes. And then I don't know who Ed was. He was the crazy one. Like, yeah. He's Ed. All right, those are the three. Well, Shanti returned in this movie, so to speak. But the other two, I'm looking at the names right now. It wasn't Ed. It wasn't Bonsai. You would think those were the two names. They even changed the names on these two. This is symbolism, by the way, because this is what happened in the movie. All the time.
All the time, yeah.
Alright, let me see.
I think it was Keegan.
Oh, Keegan, yeah.
Yeah.
Key. It wasn't Peel, though. It was Eric Andre, actually. Yeah, those two. They did a lot of jokes.
Yeah, those cats, yeah. The opposite of Timon and Pumbaa. Yeah, those cats were the comic relief. You know, so Timon and Pumbaa. It's you know, the good comic relief and the bad comic relief. You know, but still, you know, they kept they kept it entertaining all throughout.
Yeah, it was alright.
Yeah, I tell you though, man. Yeah, but yeah, you know, yeah. So, but yeah, he goes off on his own, meets up with Timon and Pumbaa, you know, and then you know we got the union of what was once a duo was now a trio. So you know, so but you know, think about those cats, and you know he grows up.
With all those life lessons erased. Everything that Mufasa was talking about. I mean, every single word that Mufasa said was a life lesson. Timon and Pumbaa, they had Hakuna Matata.
No worries. Yeah, they just said, yeah, whatever happens, you know, forget about it, you know, that was then, this is now. So yeah, you know.
There was one point in the movie where Simba was trying to teach them about the circle of life. They said, a circle? That means that we'll be just doing this over and over. No, it's a straight line. Life is meaningless.
Yeah, those kids.
You're here, and then you go.
Yeah, they move forward, man. That's their whole thing, man. Yeah, you know, they just go forward, you know, and they don't stop. They just keep moving. You know, they got each other, but still, you know, they just keep moving though because you know, ain't nothing gonna be happening for them. You know, there's no future for them. They just keep moving though.
So whose philosophy was correct?
Well, you know, in certain ways, you know, it just depends on really does depends on the upbringing, you know. Yeah, you know, yeah, Timon and Pumbaa, you know, they just, you know, they kept moving forward with their lives, but you know, yeah, Mufasa, you know, he just told Simba, you know, yeah, everything, he will come back in full circle, you know, just as soon as Nala, you know, you know, she grew up, you know, yeah, she just had it with this man, she living in Scar's era, his reign of terror, you know, for how many years is it? You know,
However long it takes for a lion to grow
yeah,
in the moonlight of Hakuna Matata.
yeah, I tell you, yeah,
It takes us one song. That's all it takes.
yeah, you know, she grew up, and she just had it with this man. She gotta go,
So she went on Solid Snake on them.
pretty much, you know.
Time to play Metal Gear Solid. Get into the shadows. Duck and dodge. Hide in a box. That didn't happen. I'm just saying, if you play Metal Gear Solid, you know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of sneaking around. And that's what Nala did. She had to go find help.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid, not 2, not 3, not 4, and definitely not 5. Phantom Pain. I mean, they changed a lot of things in that game. Last I heard.
This isn't a Metal Gear Solid review. Let's continue. So Nala escapes the hyenas, escapes Scar, escapes the Pride Lands, because the Pride Lands is just a wasteland now. Even Sarabi she had to stand up to Scar and be like, "You're wasting everything. There's nothing left. What's the point of this?"
Yeah, Scar, he don't care. He don't care. He said the lions eat after the hyenas.
Well, that's, because the lionesses weren't cooperating anymore. So if the lionesses aren't going to cooperate, they don't eat. You guys aren't going to go hunting. It's all ours, though. Anyway, like you said, Nala was fed up, so she took off. She found help in the form of
she took off.
Simba.
She found help. Yeah, Simba. She tried to get him to come back with her. Next thing you know, their instant chemistry as far as being best friends is concerned. You know, it pretty much quickly evolved because they got that connection. And, throughout the process of reconnecting, we hear this beautiful duet.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Wait, we gotta lead up to this moment. This was the most beautiful moment in the movie, right? So let's do this right. Way back in the elephant graveyard, during those scenes, they used to tussle around, and Nala would always get the best of Simba, pinning him, right? That was their thing, because Nala was just better at it. So when she was grown up and she tussled with this lion because she wanted food, she she was probably traveling in that desert for days, and she finally made it to this oasis full of life. She found a Pumbaa she wanted to eat, and Simba came out of nowhere defending his friend. Simone was like, "Yep, it was a good idea to keep this lion around." Anyway, she pinned this guy, but she was the better fighter apparently, and that's when he realized, it's Nala. You're Simba? That's where the chemistry starts.
Yeah.
She tried, like you said, she tried to be like, you need to come back home. And he was like, nah, let me show you around first. This oasis is beautiful. In fact, Timon and Pumbaa had to sing a song about it. And then they moved on to Donald Glover and Beyonce. Now you can go ahead and talk about Can You Feel the Love Tonight?
Yeah.
Beautiful song.
Yeah, that beautiful, that duet, that beautiful duet between Donald Glover and Beyonce.
Beyonce really had to put her voice into it, didn't she?
Yeah.
Because you know how she sings. She has to octave, like fluctuate.
Right.
Can you feel the love tonight? All that. No straightforward. Not Beyonce.
Hell, Donald Glover, hell, he did the same thing with Hakuna Matata.
Well, yeah, but that's supposed to be that way.
He put that Michael Jackson like feel into it. So yeah, I tell you, man.
I mean, even in the original movie, Simba sung that way, so I'll give him props for that, for trying to keep it the same. Yeah. Beyonce, Miss Queen Bee, she needs to keep.
Yeah, I'll tell you though, that was the only problem I had with the movie though. Beyonce, she had to preserve her voice because she's a singer first and an actor second. And her doing this wasn't her first voice acting gig. She did another one movie. Can't remember the name of it, but she did voice acting for that one too. But still, she didn't put she didn't put the power behind the performance with her acting is concerned, and that brought down the not the quality of the movie, because the movie is high quality anyway. But yeah, it just brought down certain moments, you know, because she could have went forward a little bit with more.
Which movie you talking about here? It wasn't Carmen, that was live action. It wasn't Austin, that was live action. Was it Fighting Temptation? Epic, where's that at? Oh, it was the movie before Lion King.
That was the
way down there.
Yeah, that was the animated film, her first voiceover film, you know. But hey, that list of her movies, if you saw Obsession, yeah, her playing tough is it's questionable. I gotta say that. Her playing tough is questionable.
Well, she was pretty tough in this movie towards the end. We'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah, towards the end, yeah. But,
her being tough on Simba, though. Let's talk about the speech that she tried to give him.
Yeah.
She's basically saying, you need to come back. Right. And he was like, no, Hakuna Matata. She's like, what? It's like Hakuna Matata. It means no worries. It means your past is the past. There's nothing you can do about it. So why worry? She's like, it's your responsibility. He's like, you don't understand what I did. You don't understand what I went through. And she's all like, look, I came here to find help. I thought I got it. I guess I was wrong. So she left. She went to the desert, and she was trying to find her way back home. Simba was lost. He was torn. He was like, what is he supposed to do? Everything that his father taught him is gone. Hakuna Matata. But is that philosophy even the right philosophy?
Yeah, that one night he had a visit from his daddy.
Well, Rafiki came and showed him the way. Well, I didn't mean to put it in a meme. Like, I'm gonna show you the way. That's all.
Yeah,
I'm not even
pretty
gonna.
much. Yeah. Rafiki
shows
up. Rafiki shows up, and he pretty much, he led him the way to where he was supposed to be, emotionally where he was supposed to be. Yeah, and that's when Simba saw he looked up into the sky, because
he saw Galactus.
Mufasa told him.
No, it was Galactus. That disappointment. It was just clouds. In the original movie, you saw the image of Mufasa, but in this one, you see a bunch of clouds and the thunderous storm. Yes, like a cat's roar. I mean, it was good. It's fine. James Earl Jones still did an excellent job, of course.
No, I saw Mufasa's face.
Was it in the lightning?
The flashes of lightning.
Mm-hmm.
Then,
for a brief instance.
Yeah, the flashes of lightning, and then the clouds. Certain shapes of the clouds was Mufasa's face.
The same way in that Fantastic Four movie when you saw shapes of the clouds was Galactus. Continue. It's supposed to be a symbolic meaning. Mufasa taught Simba, you forgot who you are. You forgot me. I am with you. Always with you. Never forget who you are. Rafiki asked him, well, who are you? And Simba was like, I am Simba. I am son of Mufasa. I got this. Alright. Simba, son of Mufasa. And then he went on his way. I don't know where he went. But Simba went, found Nala in the desert, and they traveled back to the Pride Lands. We had a brand new song that we've never heard before in this movie. Beyonce sung it. What was it again?
Spirit.
Spirit. It was beautiful. I actually like that song.
Yeah.
It was a nice addition to the Lion King mythos. Or whatever. Anyway, what happened next? They make it to this desolate land of Pride.
Yeah, they made it to Pride Rock there, the wasteland of Pride Rock. You know, Scar's reign of terror continues. You know, Simba's mama. What's her name?
Sarabi.
Sarabi. Yeah, Sarabi.
She's the only one that stood up proud.
She
Everyone else laid down, but she was always up.
Yeah, she stood up. She stood up to Scar.
I mean, she's the queen.
Yeah, she stood up to Scar. Yeah, this queen stood up to this king. You know. And yeah, she just let him know that she ain't gonna take this no more. You know, she had enough. Enough is enough. It's time for a change. So, yeah, you know, she just stood up to this cat. You know, and yeah, they had a little bit of a fight. You know, they had a little bit of a scuffle. You know.
He hit a woman.
Yeah, he struck her in the face. You know. Yeah, Simba, yeah, he shows up.
Not just any woman, the queen.
Yeah, Simba, yeah, he shows up. And yeah, he
Mufasa. No, it's Simba. I thought he was dead.
he looked over at the hyenas because they ain't do nothing.
Well, they were supposed to do their job. Yeah. The incompetence.
Yeah, they ain't do nothing before, and they ain't do nothing after. So yeah, you know, yeah, Simba, yeah, he shows up and he stands up to Scar. You know, Scar tried to once again he tried to flip it.
The speeches.
He tried to turn everybody against Simba. Yeah, you know, yeah. Tell him what you did. Yeah, tell him what you did, boy. Yeah, tell him that you had your daddy killed. Tell him that. Yeah, this whole thing is your fault. It ain't mine. It's your fault.
Well, that's what Simba believed all these years.
Yeah, Simba was guilty of his daddy's death. So he just took that guilt and he ran with it, literally. So, so yeah, you know, Scar, he just pretty much put the fear of God into him, because you know that's what he does. If you've seen this damn movie, you saw that he just had control. I mean, those hyenas were gangsters. But yeah, you know, especially the lead hyena. Damn, what's her name?
Shanzi.
Shanzi, man. She was bad.
Well, yeah. When way back at the elephant graveyard scene, when Mufasa came and protected Nala and Simba, he was like, never come after my son. These two are off limits. She actually kept her word throughout the whole movie. She gave them looks, though. She was always staring in the corner of her eye at the lions.
Looks cold stares. She looked at the lions and not Nala in particular. You know.
That's the one that got away.
So yeah, you know. Yes, yeah, you know, Scar, yeah, you know, he struck the fear of God into everybody, especially Simba, you know. Simba, he comes back, he stands up to him, Nala, he make him calm her down again, but you know, Simba got put into a certain position that his daddy was once in.
And this cat, out loud.
Yeah.
I've seen this before. Mm-hmm. Where have I seen this? Oh, yes. This is how Mufasa looked before he died. He said it. That was like, I looked at him in his eyes. The fear was there. And then he whispered his little secret to to Simba.
Yeah, he put the claws into the paws.
Yep, again. History was repeating itself. Circle of life.
Yeah, he let him know. He let him know. Yeah, he killed Mufasa. See what?
Yeah. Simba had flashbacks. The trauma.
He like, yeah, Simba's like, oh, wait a minute, what? Motherfucker. He could just come at him. He came at him. Yeah, you killed your brother. You killed my brother. Your brother. Yeah.
Of course, he was going to lie. It was like, where did you hear that from?
Yeah, he tried to flip it, man. He tried to flip it again, but nah, man.
Sarabi.
Sarabi, mama over here. Yeah, she heard the whole thing. Yeah. She called him in a lie. A lot of black women catches black dudes in a lie. And that's exactly what she did, man. She called him in a lie, you know. Yeah, you said you was in one place, but how did you look into his eyes then? Yeah, Scott did. Scott, he had nothing to say on that. No, get him.
Hyenas attacked. It was an all-out brawl between the lions and the hyenas. We know how this goes.
All out brawl is right. You know, National Geographic will tell you this: that lions are brawlers. You know, lions are not fighters; they are brawlers. Yeah, they will take on anybody. Yeah, those hyenas. You know, it's a huge army of them, and you got these very few lions, but they stood their ground though, especially Simba. You know,
And Nala. She tag teamed with them.
and Nala, man, I tell you, Nala, you know, with the
Which is what I was going to say, how Beyonce was,
yeah, with the lack of power that Beyonce put in her voice as far as her acting is concerned in some action scenes in this movie, with the lack of power she put in the performance of her acting, you know, Nala, she had a lot of power in her actions, you know. Because she's a lion. The lions are brawlers.
Mind you, this is still an animated movie. She didn't do anything.
Right. It's still an animated movie game. We ain't not seen no type of bloodshed whatsoever. I mean, even though it's supposed to be live action, we did not see no bloodshed whatsoever. But still, it was an all-out brawl.
Anyway,
it was an all-out war.
Nala put in work.
And put some work in.
She actually got in on Shanzi because Shanzi was like, I've been waiting all my life for this moment.
Yeah, you could tell. Yeah, the tension was building. Yeah, she waited hard enough for this moment. So did Nala. She waited for this too. She don't come no more. Yeah, she went at her. She went at that lead hyena, Shanzi. It's a pretty good name for a chick, man, Shanzi. But yeah, she went at her too. Yeah, they just went at it. They went at it. Now they put her over that cliff though.
Yeah, she did actually. I was wondering, like, how did she win that fight? Grabbed her by the neck and tossed her down.
Yeah, grabbed her by the neck, teeth on neck. No bloodshed, teeth on neck. Rolled over, threw her off of that cliff, man. Threw her ass over.
Who played Shanzi? What was her name? What did I say? Florence Casabuba?
Yeah, she threw over the top rope, basically.
Yeah. Pretty good. Anyway, Scar was looking like, okay, this isn't not going the way I like it. I'm out of here. So he tried to run away. And Simba gave chase. And, well,
Simba versus Scar.
Well, Scar talked him down a little bit first. It was like, you wouldn't kill your only uncle, would you? It's like, no, I'm not like you. You're very noble. Whatever you want, just say it.
Yeah, just picture it like this here. this was a live action movie. Chiwetel Ejiofor versus Donald Glover. Chiwetel Ejiofor would have a knife behind his back. You know, you would kill your own uncle, would you? And yeah, we see that knife behind his back already out. You know, the blade is already showing. You know, yeah, he's going to do a sneak attack on him. You could tell he was going to do it. But nah, man.
I mean, technically, yeah, because he used those cinders. He just kind of threw some fire in Simba's face.
Yeah, put that dirt in his face. Yeah, and then he tried to get the upper hand. He tried to get the
that
upper
was basically the knife in the back.
He tried to get the upper hand right there. But yeah, Simba though, you know, yeah, that young lion, yeah, the old lion versus the young lion. Yeah, the young lion wins out every time. You know, even though Mufasa, yeah, he got that experience. Even though Scar, he got that experience. You know, how else he got that scar over his eye? You know, you seen that this guy, you know, he got into some shit back in the day.
It's probably Mufasa who did it.
Yeah.
I think there's actually a story about how Scar got his scar. His name was actually something different, but now his name is Scar. That's a whole other story for a whole other day. Maybe he'll tell you.
Man, but Scott, he got that shit back in prison. He got that shit back in the hood.
In any case, in the '94 movie, Scar got thrown off the cliff. In this movie, he kind of just slipped off.
Oh, no, he got thrown off the cliff.
No. He slipped like, and he fell down into the hyenas. I didn't like Simba didn't really get his comeuppance. He got some good hits in and everything or whatever, but that he didn't get one last hit. Scar just kind of I slipped. It was clumsiness that did him in. That's what I saw. Anyway, he fell off the cliff, but he survived. The hyenas came along and was like, "You betrayed us. This did not go about any plans that you said." So,
yeah,
hyenas always being hungry decided to,
hyenas,
eat.
Angry scavengers. Yeah, they just devoured Scar alive.
We didn't see it, but it happened.
We saw a good shadow. Yeah.
It just led us to believe that's what happened.
You saw them jump on him, but then the camera was panning up. You saw that shadow, and then you heard Chiwetel Ejiofor's voice scream. You heard him scream. So yeah, they got his ass. They got him. They nailed him. They got him. Yeah, I tell you though, the whole thing, man. The whole thing, the brawl, the interaction, you can put that on the level of epicness. You can do that. Yeah, I tell you, that is, like I said though, after all that said and done in this movie, yeah, you do get the true impact of culture, the beauty and culture of it all, because Pride Rock came back into fruition,
Yeah. Simba took back Pride Rock.
He took that Pride Rock. He became the king.
However long it takes to make a Kiara, his cub daughter, everyone came back. Life was flourishing once again. The circle of life.
Yeah.
Came back full circle.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell you though. Yeah. Then Lion King, man. Lion King. Story of Hamlet. Basically. But stage show turned into a highly popular animated movie. Turned into a polarizing animated movie. But yeah, I tell you, this movie though, man,
It touched his heart.
it touched me. Yeah, this movie is just straight up 5 out of 5, though, for real. Yeah, yeah, you gave that Netflix rating, yeah, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, before they switched it up and gave you YouTube rating, a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Well, that's what Siskel and Ebert did.
Yep,
Anyway,
5 out of 5, man. What you give it?
4.
4 out of 5. Hey,
It ain't
still,
perfect.
it ain't perfect, but yeah, still good enough. But I tell you though, yeah.
My misgivings. Let me tell you what I didn't like. In a lot of these live action Disney movies, got this going on. The lead villain does not have the full personality like in their old animated. Mind you, it's animated, so they don't give out a full performance, but they have to be menacing. And I get it, but they don't have their full flair like they did at one point in time. You mentioned Scar was always sulking in the shadows. Yes, if you've noticed, every time Scar came on screen, I had to turn the TV up because he was always just.
He got that monotone voice, yeah, just like an anime villain. He got that low monotone voice. I guess that gotta show how evil you are.
I had to turn the TV up a couple of times. It's like, and then when his lion started roaring, I had to turn the TV down because it's like, okay, it's getting a little too loud now. Scar was on screen a lot, so I had to like turn it up a little bit. Like, what is he saying? What is he trying to say here? But yeah, Scar wasn't the best. He was good, but he wasn't the best. Sorry. I mean, like we said, the movie visually was great. The songs was nostalgic. The one song, what was it called again?
Spirit.
Was good. And the story is the same story as it was 20 years prior. I mean, it was all great. So that's what I gotta say.
Yeah, 5 out of 5 for me, 4 out of 5 for him. That's our review, Jack.
But wait, I do have this question. Why in the world did we watch this movie?
Well, I want to pick something. I want to pick something that not only I like it, but you also like. I want to do something special for your birthday. So
So you picked The Lion King.
pick the Lion King.
What's wrong with Aladdin?
Nothing wrong with Aladdin.
So why didn't we choose Aladdin? We could have saw Aladdin, Jasmine, the genie, Jafar, same thing in that movie. Very mellow acting.
Yeah, schedule something ahead of time. That's why.
I thought it was some symbolism because two brothers, so one light and one dark. I mean, you even wore a dark shirt, made sure I wore my light shirt. I thought this was all some kind of thing. I thought you were thinking way ahead.
Yeah, I'm sitting in the shadow. He's sitting in the light too. So
He positioned me on purpose. This must have been planned. Are you secretly a genius?
The whole thing is a huge setup.
Whatever. Anyway, do your outro.
But yeah, that's our review, Jack. If you're sticking to it. now, next week. But seriously, next week, man.
I won't be here.
You won't be here. But thanks to the pandemic, hockey season was postponed, but hockey season is back, and I got a hockey movie for you cats. Because Van Damme, is coming back in action, Jack. So yeah, y'all keep it locked for that. Check out our other shit right here. Subscribe to me right here. But in the meantime, in between time, Jack, this show. First of all, I want to say happy birthday to my brother because could have done this review without you.
You could have.
I could have. I do everything without anybody involved. Not everything, you know. You've seen some reviews, you know, Rockies and stuff like that. Well, anyway, yeah, I couldn't have done this thing without you, though, for real, though. Yeah.
I seriously think you picked this because Hamlet. I thought this was some kind of trap that you was gonna kill the older brother.
Hamlet's a great story. Hamlet's a great story, you know. Batman is from Hamlet. But yeah, you know, anyway.
Don't trust him.
Anyway, in the meantime, between time, this show is off.